Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I'm Jim Cuccinata. This is the Halo Health segment. Today I have Colleen O'Brien, who is part of O'Brien Theta Meditation and Healing. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
We're really excited to have you on the show. This is the first time that I'm interviewing somebody that focuses on meditation other than yoga. So I guess the first question would be, let's talk about Theta Healing, what it is, what you do, and kind of how you got there.
Well, Theta Healing it's a meditation technique that utilizes the Theta brainwave. So every night when you sleep, you experience the Theta brainwave in your dream state.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a brain and you're alive, you have a Theta brainwave, and you can do this meditation as well. Ordinarily, you are unconscious because you're asleep when you're experiencing Theta brainwave, but you can, through meditation, consciously get into that brainwave state.
Okay, so you're kind of tapping into this brainwave state that naturally occurs while you're sleeping. So you're kind of, I guess, tapping into a subconscious while you're awake.
Yes, that's exactly it. Because then you are connected to the energy of all that is.
Right.
And you can talk to and implement changes in your subconscious
Okay.
while you're in that meditation.
Okay, and what is the advantage of that? Like, so let's start with like, what happens in Theta that is so important or so powerful?
The thing I really love about Theta is how quickly you can change limiting beliefs.
Okay.
You can do a lot of things with Theta, but it's most known for its belief work. So a lot of people use affirmations, or just try to change like a subconscious program of like I'm. Like whether they love themselves, or sometimes they're not even aware of them because they're subconscious. They're just things that they keep doing.
Sure. And
they don't know why, no matter what they're consciously trying to do to change that, it's just not happening.
Okay, so it's kind of maybe a core value or a core worth type of thing.
Right,
that you're trying
right.
to change.
Feeling worthy is a big one as well. Sometimes it could be a trauma that you may not even remember.
Okay.
That your subconscious is just trying to keep you safe. Like, okay, we're not going to experience that again, so it prevents you from actually making that change or doing something different.
Doing something else. So kind of the way your subconscious is kind of working is kind of keeping you closed then, in a way, rather than being open to new experiences and new ideals or ideas.
Right, right. Because your subconscious is not it's not logical.
Okay.
It just remembers like, oh, when this happened, I didn't feel good, so in order to stay safe, I've got to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Right.
So you pick up these programs. You pick a lot of them up when you're a kid, because you're in that Theta brainwave even when you're a child.
Okay.
Up until about the time you go to school, you're in that Theta brainwave, and so you're picking up things. You're learning stuff from your parents, from your kids, from your teachers, from other environments as well. And maybe they were true when you were a kid.
Sure.
But now that you're an adult and you want to make a change and have like a conscious...
It hasn't evolved.
Right, right. And it's if you think of your brain like a computer, so you install these programs.
Right.
And they run in the background. You don't have to think about them anymore.
Sure.
They're just there. But if you are trying to install another program, but you already have one that conflicts with it...
It's not going to run.
Exactly, exactly. The new one's not going to run until you go and you debug your brain, basically. So Theta Healing allows you to do that quickly and easily. I mean, you can change beliefs within a matter of seconds once you identify them.
Right. And so I guess if you're in a Theta state when you're a child, right, and then it kind of stops when you go to school, then there's a lot of environmental learning that takes place that kind of shuts the Theta off, would be...
Well, it's just the way the natural development of the human brain
works.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
So it's not one of those things where if you were homeschooled or if you were not exposed to the outside world, you would stay in the Theta state longer. It's one of those things that just as your brain develops, about the time you go to school is about when the brain changes.
Exactly, exactly. Because there are other brainwave states, like beta, when you're super hyper focused. Or even alpha, which is what most meditations like yoga or, like the meditation at the end of yoga will get you into, just kind of that relaxed but still conscious state.
Sure.
And your brain the brainwaves are continuing. The energy will change. So you can be in theta and delta and,
across all times during your day when you're awake.
Yes.
The interesting thing when you think about theta, or at least the way I'm thinking about it now, is your dreams and your brain while you're in that deep sleep is kind of reinforcing whatever issues are going on. So if you have, let's say, low self-esteem or low self-worth, or if you have a traumatic issue from your childhood, your dreams are kind of reinforcing that the scenario of avoid strangers, or you are, you're not living up to your potential, you're worthless, or whatever it is. It's very interesting, right? Because you sleep every day.
Right. Exactly.
And it's a long pattern of building. So I'm here with Colleen O'Brien. We're talking about theta healing, and one of the things we wanted to talk about was, how do you become a theta healer?
Well, you take a certification class.
Okay.
So I've taken a number of different classes. There's just the basic, they call it DNA 1.
Okay.
And then there's the advanced class as well.
Right.
So those are your two prerequisites, and then it opens you up to a whole number of different electives.
Okay.
So I have taken electives. Most of the electives that I took were about money, because
Okay.
that was why I originally did theta healing. I was like, how can I meditate to manifest more money into my life?
Okay, interesting.
So I took a class on manifesting in abundance. And then I even took a class. I flew all the way to London to take it called Wealth Consciousness.
Okay.
And I've also taken a class on rhythm to a perfect weight as well, because you can use theta healing to help you become your ideal weight.
Okay.
Whether you need to release weight or whether you need to gain weight. A lot of times it's not about necessarily the food that you're eating or what you're exercising. There are beliefs that are kind of trapped in your body, and that's manifesting in the way that you appear.
Right.
And so if you can do the belief work along with exercising and improving your diet, you can really see some very traumatic changes.
Sure. So I guess one of the things, a byproduct of theta healing, then, it kind of releases cortisol. The pent-up cortisol in your system.
If you want to reduce stress,
which obviously would then help you on the weight side and everything else, because you're kind of suppressing all of the
well, and you're not spending all of that energy through those subconscious programs of doing things that are keeping that weight on there. But sometimes it's not even a hormone issue. Sometimes it's not even yours. Sometimes it's some relationship you have with a parent or a grandparent, or that whether or not you love yourself, or it could be
anything.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How did you get interested in this?
I went to a meeting with a meetup group, and again, it was about meditation and manifestation, and I was like, yeah, I'm all about that. Let's go check that out. And so then I just started learning more about it, because you can they do have a website, thetahealing.com. Which we'll talk about the founder, Vianna Steibel, how she started it, and you can learn a little bit more about it there. So I just did a little bit more investigation before I actually took the plunge and took the class.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And once you started learning and finding that this was right for you, you decided to share.
Yes, because originally I was just doing it for myself.
Right.
But then I thought, no, I can help others and really kind of open myself up to working with people one-on-one or in groups.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Good. Well, I'm Jim Cucinato. I'm here today with Colleen O'Brien. We're talking about theta healing. When we come back after these messages, we're going to talk about kind of how you help people, and kind of, I always say, tell me what you do and why we should care, and we're going to get into the why we should care part. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Choosing the right fence for your home or business is an important decision to make. Choose a Nello fence for peace of mind. Our family has manufactured and installed beautiful maintenance-free fence for over 50 years. We provide vinyl, aluminum, and wood fence in a wide variety of styles and colors, including chain-link fence for commercial and residential. Call or visit our indoor showroom and ask for Steve Anello and see how 4 generations of combined experience mean that you'll get quality and service that can't be matched by any other fencing company, period. Call Anello Fence today for a free estimate.
With my smile and I'm dancing tonight. My high-achieving students. Internationally renowned faculty and award-winning alumni. A 226-year history of excellence and a beautiful urban campus. The University of Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I'm Jim Cuccinata. Today I'm here with Colleen O'Brien, and we are talking about theta healing. In the first segment, we learned a little bit about what theta healing is. We learned what theta was, which was really important, right? Because you can't understand theta healing until you understand theta. In this segment, I'd like to talk a little bit about how you help a patient and how
Client.
Okay. How you help a client and how you work them through kind of the continuum of therapy sessions and when you know they're healed or if it's an ongoing process. So we'll let you start with that, kind of tee it up in a real high level.
Okay, yeah, theta healing sessions are when I work one-on-one with a client. We just have a conversation, and we could be in the same room, or I could even do it on the phone because it is energetic. We don't have to be in the same room, and then we have a conversation about what issues you're having, what you would like to change, and then we'll do a process called digging, which is we're going to try and find what the real issue is. What is that bottom belief?
Right.
So if you imagine that your beliefs about a particular issue are stacked like a Jenga tower,
Yep.
and so if we find like the real obvious ones that are at the top, we can change one of those or whatever, you're not really going to see a lot of change in the tower.
Right.
But if you can get down to these lower foundational ones and you can change those beliefs, then all of these other ones that are stacked and connected will fall down.
Right.
So it's really very efficient because then I only really have to do the theta healing
Exactly.
once. And even the theta healing, it's really quick. I because I'm very practiced at it, I can get into that theta state within seconds, utter the theta healing command, and everything's always with your permission. As the client, I'm not going to be changing anything in your energy field without your permission.
Okay.
So if at any time we go too far and you're like, oh, I'm not ready for that, I totally respect that. We totally back off.
Okay.
But
and it's not hypnosis, right?
No.
So the person is conscious of everything that you're talking to them about. It's not like you're in that hypnotic state of...
Yeah, it's not necessary for the client to be in the theta state at all.
They just need to be open and answering questions that you're asking.
Exactly. And then we will be using muscle testing to verify, oh, hey, do you really subconsciously believe this? Do you have this belief?
Okay.
So if you're familiar with applied kinesthesiology, and there's a number of different ways to muscle test, and you can look up online how many different ways there are to muscle test.
Right.
We'll find whichever one works best for you.
Sure.
And then that's how we'll verify. We're like, oh, we think we have this belief. So you'll muscle test whether you've got it or whether you don't. And then when we find what we think the bottom belief is and we change it, we then muscle test after we change it through theta to verify that we did in fact change it. And you'll note it's really, really fast, like within a matter of seconds.
That's wild. One of the things in business, right, everybody talks about your why. Right, and then it's basically as long as you can answer because, there's another why, right? And,
Exactly.
and it sounds like the theta session is kind of the same way. Is every time someone gives you an answer, if you can ask because, then you need to dig deeper.
Yep.
And you're getting lower and lower to that base or root issue.
Like, for example, if somebody has a fear, then I would say, well, what's the worst that would happen?
Right.
And then they give me an answer. I'd be like, well, and then what? What's the worst that would happen if that actually occurred? And so you just kind of get until there is no more worse. Like, that's it.
Exactly. So if you have a fear of heights and it's because you're afraid to fall, because you're afraid to be injured, because you're afraid of death, then the bottom is that...
It's not always even death either.
Right.
Because some people believe in an afterlife, and sometimes that's not the
fear.
Right, exactly. So sometimes the source says, well, then I'll die. Well, then what? Well, then I'll have to come back, and this lifetime will be a complete waste. And, so, sometimes they feel like they'd be stuck in a loop.
Right. And for other people, it's who's going to feed my dog?
Right, exactly.
Something very practical.
Exactly.
If you're not here anymore. It's very interesting. So how does a person recognize that they need to talk to a theta healer?
A lot of times I find people who have tried a number of different things. I mean, in my own experience, I tried a lot of different things to
Right.
just to feel better, really.
Okay.
So if they're ready for the work, I trust that they'll be attracted to it,
Right.
and at least give it a try.
Sure.
So if a lot of times I will say with new clients who have no experience with theta healing, if they wanted to try a session, I'll say the first 30 minutes I'm going to gift that to you.
Okay.
And then if at minute 31 you want to continue, then we're on the clock.
Right.
But if after those 30 minutes you say, hey, this isn't really for me, well then fine, no harm, no foul. You gave it a try, you
Right.
had the experience, and you don't have to open your wallet.
Sure. And when you say you tried a lot of different things, is that traditional medicine psychiatrist type things as well as yoga and some
And
Eastern medicines and supplements?
and acupuncture.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of the Eastern and Western world medicine type things they're not necessarily working. Then theta is another.
Or they
thing to
work,
try.
but not as effectively as I would like.
Right.
Theta healing doesn't have to be exclusive. I mean, it can complement any traditional medical treatment or anything else that you're doing. It's really just another tool in my toolkit that I
Right.
can use. So if there's stuff that people are doing that does work, that
Mhm.
is helping them, then yeah, absolutely, keep that up.
Right.
This can certainly just complement or even hasten or accelerate the results that you get from those other things.
Excellent. And then I was on your website, which
Mhm.
is o'brientheta.com.
Correct.
And it had a very interesting thing. I think that the second question on there, the second comment is, theta is not a religion,
Yes.
which I thought funny because I didn't really think of it that way. As I was doing my research, I didn't think of it as any type of that it would work well for any religious belief because you're getting to the subroot of an issue, or a problem or whatever, however it's couched. You're getting down to a subroot, and you're going through how to solve that, and you're solving it through relaxation and through meditation and getting somebody to a state of awareness that they're going to be honest and open with you. Why do people see this as a religion?
Because all of the healing is done through what we call the creator of all that is.
Okay.
So when I'm in the theta state, I am connected to the energy of everything.
Right.
So I'm not doing the healing. I'm uttering what is a focused prayer, requesting a change be made for myself or on behalf of someone else.
Okay.
So if someone is not comfortable with that term creator, then I'll use whatever term they're comfortable with. If they want to call it source energy, if they want to call it spirit, if they want to call it God,
Right.
but it is that I'm not doing the healing, which
Right.
takes a big load off of me. I'm not using my own energy.
Sure.
But we are connecting to something outside of ourselves and trusting that it has the power to implement those changes, and that we are powerful enough to request those changes and make those changes and make those decisions to do so.
Excellent.
So it is not a religion. We're not worshiping anything. It really
Right.
encompasses all religions.
Sure.
But a lot of people do confuse it because all of the healing, the theta healing command, starts with creator of all that is. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I am here with Colleen O'Brien. We're talking about theta healing. When we come back after these messages, we're going to talk about why you, who's sitting here in the audience, should pay attention and pick up the phone and call her. And we will be back after these messages.
And gave me the opportunities I needed to succeed.
I received the same university caliber education.
Without the pressures of debt holding me back. Affordable and flexible, I fulfilled my undergraduate classes.
Getting to the information I truly have a passion for.
The decision to attend SCC empowered my future.
And made my dream of attending Yale University a reality. Solano Community College, the educated choice.
You already know that Voice over IP, or VoIP, is smart for business. But what's the smartest way to make the switch? Introducing Encero's Utility VoIP. Encero is a full-service provider, which means we're there for everything you need. From installing your system to comprehensive on-site training for your staff to providing world-class service, Encero is there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. At Encero, we've worked hard to engineer a better voice solution. We create a utility VoIP solution customized for you from the ground up. Our process starts with a readiness check, grooming of the network to support VoIP, and carrier upgrades for optimal bandwidth. we take the time to set up your VoIP the right way. Our superior technology means reduced downtime for you. And our flexible services are all-inclusive. Voicemail, call routing, caller ID, remote office mobility, even down to the hold music or messages. It's all there, and there's no additional cost for adding new features. What does that mean for you? It's everything you need for improved communications and productivity, all for one manageable monthly fee. And you'll have the ability to minimize or eliminate the costly upfront expenses associated with other solutions. And it means you finally have a phone solution that is flexible, scalable, and customized to your needs. With state-of-the-art phones and real-time monitoring of each and every call for consistent quality. And Sero's Utility VoIP even gives you your own portal to manage day-to-day activity and on-the-fly changes. And it means unbeatable support and cost efficiency. You'll save on hardware, software, and even energy consumption. Just a few reasons why Encero's Utility VoIP is the smartest choice for your business. Satisfaction guaranteed. Encero's Utility VoIP, engineered to be better. At your office, in the cloud, your technology managed. Visit www.encero.com to learn more, or call 855-200-VoIP to get started setting up your VoIP service today.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I'm Jim Cucinato. I'm here today with Colleen O'Brien, and we're talking about Theta Healing. The first segment, we talked about Theta Healing and what it was. The second one, we sort of talked about why you should care. So that means we're in the third segment, and that one is the one that is why you and the audience need to pay attention so you can get up, go on your switch browsers when the show's over only, and look up Colleen and start feeling better. So we said the typical person is somebody who's tried traditional medicine and needs a little bit more, right? That's a really big blanket.
Yeah, well, Theta Healing can really be for anyone,
right.
Anyone who's ready to make a change. And, because we can work together and we could change, limiting beliefs that we find all day long, but
right.
if you're not ready to implement behaviors that are going to support those changes,
right.
then you're not really going to see the results. So,
sure.
So you have to be ready for the work.
Right, and it's lots of things, right? We said that it could be a self-worth, self-confidence thing. It could be weight loss. It could be a fear or the results of a traumatic experience. Mm-hmm. It could be a relationship gone bad. Mm-hmm. There's many, many things that that Theta Healing can help, right? What are some of the ones I missed?
Well, I'll just tell you about some of my own experiences. Now, I do wear contact lenses, but until I started working on the beliefs in my eyes, I could only wear them for a couple hours before they would get really, really irritated and I would have to take them out. So I actually found that there were some limiting beliefs about needing to see the truth.
Okay.
And some of them weren't even mine. Some of them were ones that I had inherited from my father, that I had to see through my father's eyes.
Right.
And believe it or not, he will not wear contact lenses. Like, he needs
that's
glasses, but he will not put something in his eye. That's just something he absolutely will not do, which sure. I respect. That's fine. He doesn't have to. But here it was, and you wouldn't have thought that
right.
that would have had a physical issue
yeah.
on my eye, because I had worked with different types of contact lenses and done a whole bunch of things with the eye doctors, and I could never really get past a couple hours of wearing them without them being
right.
irritating.
So his kind of fear of something on his eye kind of
well,
transcended.
or really his needing to see the truth, like,
right.
and that there was, that absolute truth, that sort of thing.
Sure.
So so once I cleared that, now I wore my contact lenses for like 18 hours on Monday.
Right.
No problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
really interesting.
And sometimes you can get some physical side effects that you're not even working on the physical thing.
Right.
I was working with a client. She was doing a career transition.
Okay.
So we were working on some of her fears, and I don't even remember what the belief was that we were changing. But when it changed, she felt her jaw relax, and after we tested that the belief had changed, she goes, "Colleen, you don't know this, but I grind my teeth at night."
Oh, wow.
And she's like, I don't think I'm going to need to wear that mouth guard anymore.
Sure.
And sure enough, she emailed me a couple days later. No, she hasn't needed it.
Really? It
Yeah.
just full
Right, because
full
that was where
stuck.
she was exactly.
Literally stuck.
Right. But that wasn't even what we were doing the session on. We were just working on beliefs about her career, and
Right.
it had a physical effect on her too as well.
That's awesome. One of the things we were talking about during break is that a lot of times the first session is really, really helpful because people are ready for a change and they're open, and you're able to tap into what needs to be changed. But that's not every person, right? So how many sessions is typical for someone to come and see you?
Typically, I do have clients who they'll know before the end of the first session, if not like within that week, that they're ready for a second one. Like,
Right.
They're like, oh, we cleared so much stuff, it felt really good. And then they're like, oh, now I realize there's more stuff. Like there's other layers that they're aware of now that they know what it feels like and they know what to look for.
Right.
So yeah, and then even after, like they may come in for one particular issue and we do 2 or 3 sessions on that. And then, a little time will come by and they'll be like, you know what, it worked for this thing,
Right.
but I've got this other thing in my life and I feel a little stuck.
Sure.
Can we do theta healing on that? So they'll intuitively know, my clients intuitively know how many sessions they need. Yeah.
And the joke, right, is depending on how screwed up you are, you need to keep coming. But it's one of those things.
And it's not about how screwed up you are.
Right.
I do theta on myself every single day.
Okay.
And I even still work with other theta healers as well. So I'm my own best client.
Right.
And the clearer I am, the better I can be for
right.
other people.
To serve, serve your client
And I don't
base.
think I'm screwed up.
You're totally normal. So we came to my favorite part of the show. You're going to look in the camera 3, and I'm going to sit here and nod knowingly as you talk for about 2 or 3 minutes about who you are, what you do, how they can reach you, and most importantly, the service you're going to provide. Fire away.
Hello, my name is Colleen O'Brien, and that's spelled Colleen with an A. That's Collean. I'm the only Colleen that I know of who spells her name that way. There are a lot of Colleen O'Briens, but if you need to find me, I'm Colleen with an A. You can find my website at o'brientheta.com. My number is 484-686-5424. And I am a certified Theta Healing practitioner. So when you're ready for a Theta Healing session, where we can explore your limiting beliefs and find out how you're stuck, and we can change your life so that you can live the life that you want rather than the life that you have right now, give me a call. We can work on any sorts of issues that as long as you believe that there are subconscious beliefs behind any reason that your life is the way that you are. If you believe you create your own reality, then let's create that story that you want. Be the author of your own life, and let me help facilitate that for you. Again, I'm Colleen O'Brien, and you can reach me at o'brientheta.com.
Awesome. I'm Jim Cuccinata. This is Colleen O'Brien, and welcome. We want to welcome everybody watching Morning Coffee, and in particular the Halo Health segment, and we will be back after these messages. Good. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Mercier has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
they're not all created equal.
That's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology.
All with one goal in mind.
To get you back in the game.
We call life.
Pain-free.
Drug-free.
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
Get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.